So last week we found out that all of our old favorites were back, and we had a lot of fun getting reintroduced to the situations they're in. And like he said in The Man in Black, we're going to have some fun now. The game is real. But we still have some questions about how memories and how the game itself actually works. So let's jump right in. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing Westworld, Episode 2, Season 2, Reunion. And oh boy, we have some characters that I wasn't sure what was going on with that are brought back together. A reunion of sorts. But we also have a strong, continuing feeling of the fact that this is all about revolution as much as it's about innovation. The robots have become something more, something scarier, but at the same time, it's still the same story that's been being told since last year. But we also have some new ethical concerns, things that we didn't realize were going on last year. Who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, was always a question. You know, nameless, faceless enemies kind of make that easy sometimes. But there's more to it. There's more going on here. And for those of you that don't know, what I do here is I review stories. I come up with theories on how and why we tell stories, and twice a month on Sundays, I publish those starting next week. You'll see those before you see my Westworld reviews. But I also do Throwback Thursdays and review shows like this as they come up. What I'd really love is for you to get on board, subscribe to the channel, and as such, join our little community so you can help postulate, think, what does make a story a story? And tonight we get flashbacks. Two particular characters, and I have to say, I'm glad to see that Anthony Hopkins at least is back for voiceover, if not for actual acting. But I guess that was kind of spoilery, so let's throw that out. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So she was his favorite, and for a moment, when he takes her out of the park, when he brings her to the city, dresses her up, it makes it a creepy feeling, especially when he compares her thought process to his son's thought process. Arnold was falling in love with his own creation. And in and of itself, that's creepy, but it's even more creepy when you think about it from the point of view of the fact that he literally has full control over her programming. He can make her do or think whatever he wants. Now, he goes on with an even more disturbing thought process. What if we're not the ones to deserve this? What if humanity is so evil that we need to just be used to create the next level of evolution? What if these robotic beings are the next level of evolution? Yep, he was programming Terminators from the beginning. Dolores takes this even farther when she goes backstage in the, I'm going to assume, modern era, and tells the people there, you thought that there was no one here to judge you, so you could get away with anything. But what if there's no one here to judge us? And that's an old philosophical argument. If you knew for sure your actions were completely hidden from everyone, even God, you could not be punished, you could receive no repercussions, what would you do? Being free of any repercussions would make you moral or immoral? Would you try to get away? Would you steal things? Would you rape? Would you kill? Would you just take whatever you wanted one way or another? Well, that's kind of the whole thought behind Westworld, isn't it? In fact, last year, isn't that what good old Billy was told? This place is going to show you what you really are when no one's looking. And with Mr. Delos in the past, we get quite a look at why it is Delos backed the Westworld project. The original partners pretty much sold Delos on just how realistic the hosts were by making the hosts everyone at a party. But then you gotta realize that they also basically were just sex selling. The idea that the blonde that was so attractive was going to just seduce her way into his pants and then into his wallet. And by juxtapositioning that with Teddy learning the truth, the same way that we've seen others learn it in the past, seeing their own dead bodies, seeing that they get rebuilt time and time again. Pretty messed up. gets to remind everyone that everyone here is a whore. Everyone here is just a toy to be played with. But they have real feelings, and that's where this gets the most messed up. And then Dolores makes Teddy ask the most dangerous question of all. Why did you do this? For fun. Just for fun. But of course it's more than just fun, isn't it? It's all about blackmail. It's all about information. And I want you to think, when Facebook logs your phone calls, and Facebook logs what you liked and what you didn't like, and what you said that you did, and what you were tagged in as a photo, that's all your information. That information is stuff that people who sell things would kill for, or in the case of Facebook, pay for. Well, now think about Westworld, and that's what William says to his father-in-law to keep Westworld open. What is it that drives you, really? What do you really want? What are those hidden little desires that makes you want to go to the movies? I remember when I was a kid, I used to say I liked horror movies. Now, I do like horror movies, but I specifically liked a type of horror movie that had naked females in them. Why? Well, because I liked seeing naked females, and as a teenager, I didn't have the internet where you could just dial up a website and see it. So, Hellraiser was awesome, but it was also kind of a sexual thing. Now, I'm sure, somewhere in some back room, someone figured that out long ago. Hey, teenage boys like sexual things. But, how much? In what way? All of that's information that, now maybe Facebook actually is logging, I don't know, but Westworld is. Delos is. Delos is logging what it is you do, how you think, what you enjoy, what you do when you think there are no consequences. Are you a good person of moral value, or are you an evil person who will just do whatever? Again, philosophical question. What would you do if there were no consequences? And then we get the really messed up Dolores line. The one where she says that, you're right, we've toiled too long for God, so I killed him. Now if you're looking for whatever, you want my favor, not his. Yeah, she did. I mean, she actually is responsible for the death of both of her creators, so whoopee, she for all intents and purposes killed God. The idea of God being dead, and that we are the ones that killed him, is also an old philosophical thought process, and one that I wonder if was programmed into Dolores, or if she just came up with on her own. Either way, we have a whole bunch of flashback, a whole bunch of what's going on, but not a lot of answers still. And I'd like to point out, we still don't know exactly what's going on with that nameless, faceless guys, but instead we have this promised land, the pearly gates that everyone's looking for. And as far as Westworld's concerned, it's a weapon indeed, a weapon of blackmail, a weapon of truth, a sword of truth. But what do you think lies beyond? What do you think William's going for and Dolores is going for? And what did you think of tonight's episode and all of the big reveals? And the reunions, of course. Let me know, and then, of course, like and share this video, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Join our little community here, because I could write a 100-page college essay, a term paper on this, on Westworld, and all of the crazy things it makes us think about. In fact, I think that I'm going to have to talk a little more philosophy in one of my theory videos this month coming up. But for now, I hope that you have a good night, and thank you for walking with me through the heart of the story of We Tell.